Rosemary, Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Good morning, Marcia. Ashley, Melville, Georgia. Good morning, Tony. Utah.
Good morning, Tata J, Malaysia.
California. Morning, Mars, Camel, Massa, Bowling Green, Kentucky. Good morning, Callahan, Las Vegas. Good morning, RTT, Stockton, Ohio.
Good morning, Mark Holmes, Baltimore, Maryland, with distributors online from Malaysia.
Good morning, Desmond. London, Georgia.
Good morning, Joanne Thompson from Prince George, BC. Central Harry, Atlanta, Georgia. Good morning. Good morning, Alice, New Jersey.
Good morning, Mark Isaac Ray, Santa Rosa, California. With this on the Rise channel from Sacramento, California. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Mark. Toby Morrison, Indianapolis, Indiana. Good morning, Mark. I'm in L.A., San Francisco Bay Area. Hey, Mark, you're saying you're here. Good morning, Gary Thompson, Emeryville, California. Hey, Gary. Good morning.
Leonard Beauty, Dallas, Texas. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, Marcia, Latonia, Georgia. Good morning, Audrey Black, Sweden. Good morning, Carolinas, Maryland.
Say your name, tell us where you're from. Now hit your mute sign.
This is Steve from New Philadelphia, Ohio. Melissa White, Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Good morning, good morning. Oh. We're going to start in a 30 seconds or so.
Aaron Powers, Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Good morning. Are you out there, Lucy?
Yes.
Good morning. Hey, Chuck Garofalo, Maryland. Good morning.
Mary Powers, Edison, Georgia. Morning, Jeff. Powers. Dorothy Holmes, Baltimore, Maryland.
Good morning, Willie Grove from Dover, Ohio. Hey, Willie? All right. Looks like we've got some excitement brewing today. I hope everybody's got their seatbelt on, because we're going to take a ride today. We're going to have some fun. We're going to try to mix it up a little bit. Hopefully, everybody wants to learn how to grow a national business. I'm going to give you some words out there that really affected me in building this business. But one of the things I want everybody to know is that this business is on the go. And we want everybody to know that's what's happening, and that's what's going to put us into that momentum that's going to make us the biggest wellness company out there. So I'm going to mute out the lines. You guys are nice and quiet today. And I have a special guest that is out there today. And she is a RN, and I'm going to let her tell you a little bit about herself and a special story that really touched my heart. Her husband has a diagnosis, failure to thrive, and he was ready to die. And he was in the hospital, and she took him out of the hospital to bring him home to die. So, Lucy Rupert, are you out there?
Yes, I am, Robert. Good morning.
And Lucy, tell everybody a little bit about yourself and your degree. You're a nurse with a couple of masters out there, and something has happened. You've been a nurse for over 30-some odd years, but why don't you tell everybody out there in Zija a little bit about yourself and listening to you right now as we're speaking. You just came into the company recently, but you have all kinds of things happening to you.
Okay, my name is Lucy Rupel. I am experiencing a bronchitis type cold right now, so I will try my best to hold out. I'm an RN and have been since 1979, with most of my experience being in the emergency department. I recently stepped down from management about 9 months ago because I could no longer give all that I wanted to give for my job and also take care of my husband's declining health. We both were post-gastric bypass from years ago, and my husband did real well post-op, and over the several years I did too. But over the last couple of years, his health has declined. He's had a lot of GI problems, a lot of swallowing problems, to the point that he could not get any nutrition in. He at one time had a feeding tube in, and while I was on a mission trip to Costa Rica in the end of November, 1st of December of this past year, he convinced one of our children to take him to the surgeon, and the surgeon removed his feeding tube without me knowing anything about it. So I knew that that was part of his acceptance of where he was and his lack of improvement. The doctors had already told us there wasn't anything else they could do for him. My husband would not sign over medical power of attorney over to me for me to make his medical decisions. So in December, after I got back from Costa Rica, he had stopped all of his medications while I was gone. One of those being Coumadin from him having bilateral leg clots all the way from his ankles to his thighs. And so I knew it was probably just a matter of time that he would have a massive blood clot to his lungs, even though he had a filter in. You can still give those, or a blood clot to the brain. He was hospitalized at the end of December for a week. I didn't take him to the hospital. I did not visit him while he was in the hospital, and I was not the one to bring him home. I had already washed my hands of it. I knew that I couldn't do anything else for him, and I knew that I had to focus on my own health. Just so happens that a friend of mine on Facebook that I had met back in Colorado back in 2009, some of you may laugh at this, but we met while playing Farmville. Of course, neither one of us have time to play those silly games anymore. Even since I've joined Zija, I've given up the one tiny little game I would play. It's a mind sharpening game, but I have other things to sharpen my mind in front of me with the resources that Mark has given me. My friend Diane Pfeiffer from California is the one that kept placing on her Facebook page repeatedly about the fit packs. And the very last day of the fit pack, when it was going on, I finally sent her a private message and said, okay, I can't do anything but try. I'm at the end of my rope. There's nothing else for me to try. I've tried every protein mix out there. I've got so much stuff in my cabinets now that he refuses to touch anything. So she sent me a fit pack, and I had a fit pack sent to my daughter and kind of combined the products so I could give him. Of course, he didn't need the extra plus. That's what I wanted. I want to lose about 30 pounds total. Started him on the Smart Mix, and within 3 days, it was like a light bulb had been turned on in his head, where he had not had any wattage at all. He had like 100 watts going. His mental clarity was there. I work night shift right now as a staff nurse in the emergency department. I would get off in the mornings usually, open the bedroom door, and he wouldn't wake up. He'd stay in the bed 20 out of 24 hours every day. Wouldn't shower, wouldn't get out of the bed to get dressed, didn't want to carry on any conversation with anyone. We went for about 7 days, I think, without even saying 2 words to each other. I had to do everything in my power to get him to get up to take a shower, try to have stuff for him to drink beside his bedside, offer him something to eat, and he just wouldn't say yes to anything, so I would ask him. After 3 days on Smart Mix, things really turned around. A week after being on Smart Mix, he had the unfortunate accident. His foot got caught up under the edge of a chair, and he fell flat on his bottom and ended up having to be hospitalized overnight with a fractured rib and a hemothorax, which is blood in between the lining of the lungs and the lung itself. Thank God he wasn't on Coumadin then, because if he had, he probably would have had a chest tube, or he could have bled so much that it could have gone unnoticed, possibly after they admitted him, because they didn't do a chest x-ray till the following morning, the repeat. So, I guess God was looking out for us after all when he chose not to take any of his medicines while I was gone to Costa Rica. Last night, with Mark's recipes, he's been helping me along the way. Last night, my husband made up his own Smart Mix, Super Mix mixture that he does on a daily basis. Usually it's up to me, but he made it up. I wrote out his recipe this morning after our team call this morning that finished at 8 o'clock. I wrote out the recipe and watched him make his recipe with whole milk and coconut milk, the protein powder, and we put blueberries in it this morning. So that ought to be an interesting taste with chocolate and vanilla and blueberries. And he's sitting here drinking it. Before we started the protein mix, before it got here, it was like, what am I going to do? Let's do it. He would wake up, and if I got home each morning, he would wake up, get out of the bed, and go straight to the refrigerator to get his Smart Mix. He would drink one Smart Mix and one Super Mix during the day. So, I do see the light at the end of the tunnel. I really think he's going to survive. Facebook is an excellent outlet to try to reach people. Myself, I've lost 12 pounds in one pant size since I started this program on January the 7th. I've had people come up to me at work going, what are you doing? I've been on your regular Facebook page, and you keep saying to go to this other Facebook page. I said, well, have you been there yet? And they might say no. And I said, well, that's where you're going to find out a little bit more information. So do visit my Moringa Altera resolutions. And my resolution is to make sure I tell as many people as possible about what has been put in front of me to give me the opportunity not only for my life and my husband's life, but the opportunity to touch a lot of people's lives and to help them to see the opportunity that they have for their health, but also for their wealth. Thank you, Mark.
Well, Liz, I wanted to just go on this story. It's so exciting to me to see all these wonderful things. Now, you and your husband went through gastric bypass surgery, and he was how much, and you were how much weight?
His initial weight was 420 pounds, and in December, at his lowest weight, he was down to 167. My top weight was 320 pounds. My lowest I've been was 108 when I was living in Colorado, and I was walking 5 miles a day, but I moved back to South Carolina in December of 09 and moved to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and of course it's very difficult to walk down there with the humidity being so high. So I ended up gaining 30 pounds and moved back to Columbia. I was 210 when I started this in January of this year, and I'm at 198 pounds right now. My goal is to get back to at least 180, but possibly 160. I'm 5'10", and when I got married, I weighed 180 pounds, and I was a size 18 then. I'm 198 pounds, and I'm a size 14. So I'm doing something. My body is just changing shape day by day.
Now, you told me that you wore this outfit. Tell us about this outfit. You went to work with this outfit on.
Oh, I went to a staff meeting last night, and a couple of days ago, I had the bronchitis. I really couldn't talk. My first thing when I woke up was get a hold of Mark, because I cannot be at this stage of this and not be able to talk. So he helped me kind of get through that, and I know what to do to kind of get over it, to be able to talk at least a little bit. So I went into the staff meeting last night, and there were 4 staff members that were in that particular meeting that I worked with the previous night, and they knew I couldn't talk when I had left work at 4:30 that morning, because we were slow and I had the opportunity to leave, which I took it. And they were amazed. Not only could I talk, but I put on my nice size 14 pants and a form-fitting top that I looked like somebody that was probably going to be modeling. And you would not believe how many people came up to me after that meeting and said, I want whatever it is you've got. I want to do whatever it is you're doing. So this week at work has been very busy with me explaining what the fit pack is. I've got my stockpile of supplies. I'm getting ready to order some more supplies because I don't want to run out. And I go back to Costa Rica in March, and I've got to take my supplies not only for my personal use and my sister's personal use, but my plan is to tell some people in Costa Rica about what I have found.
Now, Lucy, we're working on building a business, and you got your first check. I mean, what does it feel like? I mean, you're doing something on the side for your health. You're Team 250. You're getting your product for free. But while you were talking with me on the phone, you opened up a check for Ginger.
I did. Yesterday, I did. And it was like, and then I looked at the date on it this morning, and the date on the check is January 25th. And I'm going, okay, we didn't even start the products until the 7th. I think they came in the mail on the 5th, and the 7th was on a Monday. I like to start things on a Monday. And it was like, whoa. It's like, I don't know where it's going to go from here, but I've got Mark's guidance for everything. He keeps tabs on me. I'm very excited about this. Mark knows how excited I am.
Now, what we're going to do is that through the FIT program, you love that. The company is getting ready to bring that back on. You're going to take full advantage of that promotion because it's got a lot of value, right, Lucy?
Absolutely. I've already told first of all, I don't give out any FIT packs to anybody until they provide me with information. They have to give me their name, address, phone number, and email address, and they have to give me reasons on why they're looking at this product. What led you to do it, and whatnot. So if they can't come up with some reasons, I help jog their memory. And let's see, that was this week on yes. Yes, I'm so excited. I keep waiting. Any day now, it's like, hurry up, because I've got people. I've told them, I said, you be thinking about anybody else in your family or friends that would be interested in this, because within 2 to 3 days, you're probably going to be able to see some type of impact on your own personal self with the use of the product. So my last day working, I gave out 2 additional packs. So when I go back to work Friday and then go back to work next week, I'm sure I'm going to have folks coming up to me. I've already
we use the 3 C's of success. You make your list, you canvas, you create curiosity with your story and being a product of the product, and then we connect them to the information, the product, and then your upline.
That's what it is. I mean, it's all Mark. And I said, Mark, I can't talk with this one-on-one conversation. I'm going to need you to be there to do all the talking because I couldn't talk at all. And we talked at a restaurant. That would have been Tuesday afternoon before I went into work. A coworker went into work at the same time, so we met across the street at Atlanta Bread, and Mark joined us by conference call, and I really believe this girl's going to be my wingman.
Look at that. Her name is Michelle. Well, you know what, Lucy? I have somebody else on the line that I've been trying to connect with you. He has a similar story, and he has a story that a lot of people don't know about, but he didn't want anything to do with the business, and his name is Diamond Director Willie Grove. Are you out there, Willie?
I'm just listening to an amazing story, Mark. What more?
I mean, his story and your story. I mean, come on. You wanted nothing to do with this business. Matter of fact, you did throw the person out of your house, and all you wanted was the product, and you were going to try it, and that was it.
Yeah, and you know what? I almost missed the opportunity because I was so against adding something more to our life that I almost missed taking the product. But I'm just one of those that the product changed my life, and now I've fallen head over heels for the Zija opportunity, and I mean, I've taken out some nuggets from Lucy talking this morning, Mark, and one of the things that really stands out to me is the fact that she's so coachable, and I think one of the things that everybody on the line needs to hear is the fact that she made a statement, and if I can remember it correctly, it was, and Mark is going to lead me through what I need to do. That is coachable. That is the system. That is allowing your upline to be involved in your life so that you don't make the mistakes. I mean, I look at the road that a lot of people have paved for us, and it's going to get easier and easier for the new people coming in. So so I'm excited. I love the stories, and man, she can become passionate. That's a word that I like to use all the time. Passionate about not only the product, but passionate about helping people. And not everybody's going to have the story that Lucy has, but everybody can find people that has that same story that they can be proud of. So just be proud of the people that you bring in that has those stories. Be looking for them.
Absolutely, Willie. And, you've been in business in the respiratory industry and setting people up and seeing people, just maintained, just surviving. And now you're out there and you've got an organization, Team Something. You're helping people to do what?
We're helping people to thrive. I kind of stole that, but hey, thrive in today's economy, thrive in today's healthcare field. There's so much going on out there, so much that people are searching for, and things in our lives that are not fulfilling us. And it's just a shame that when somebody close to you, or when somebody close to somebody that's looking for something, I mean, how long did Lucy go? Searching for something. She'd given up on her husband. I mean, she's at the end of her rope. She doesn't have anything else to grab a hold of. And yet Diane Pfeiffer comes on the scene and being consistent. We know Diane's passionate about the product. We know the life-changing effect it had for her. And so that's what we need to start searching for. The people are out there. And the folks that I have right now in the funnel, I mean, there are some key individuals. You'll be hearing a story sometime. I mean, the guy's not even in my organization, but yet I'm working with a guy that began at 625 pounds. He's down in the 400 range. Just a sleeping story that nobody really knows about. He's been on different things, and so I mean, it's fun. We can have fun, and I love the saying that when you're doing this with friends and you're having fun at what you're doing, you'll never work a day in your life. And I can't wait till I can get to the point where I can do this every day of my life. We're still doing it part-time, Mark, which is even more amazing.
I tell you, Willie, in this business you find your new best friends, and I cannot thank the Lord enough today that He put us together, and how much more enjoyable to have somebody that has your back to protect your weakness. And matter of fact, when you go back to back, your weakness is their strength. And, my weakness is your strength, Willie. And knowing that you have my back door, my unseen area, I never have to worry, Willie. And I just thank the Lord every day for you and what you're doing and just being a part of your journey and your stories. And Lucy, you're out there right now. You want to tell everybody what's going to happen in Columbia, South Carolina. Tell them what your desire on the business side is. After being a nurse for all these years, you've got a whole new vision.
I do. Mark and I were just talking about that. I believe it was last night. We were on the phone kind of late. We're looking at hopefully trying to have Mark come down along with possibly, I believe his last name is Livingston.
Mike Livingston, maybe, yeah.
Okay, maybe, and possibly some other folks from Georgia and get Columbia rocking, and possibly do a two-day conference here in Columbia, looking at the products on one night, and then I know he knows all the plan. I just don't have it all down pat yet. But Saturday,
we're going to open up Columbia, right? You want to tell everybody out there that Columbia is going to be open, and you're going to help open it.
You got it. And I've got some strong individuals that I really think are going to come up to the plate. Like I said, this past week has just shown me that there are people out there who have seen me. They trust me. I used to be their nursing manager of the emergency department of the second busiest emergency department in the state. We did 10,000 visits just in December this past year. So, we see a lot of people. The staff hated it when I stepped down, but I told them I didn't have a choice. But they know I'm still there for them, even though I'm in the staff role just like they are. They know that they can trust me. And when I tell them that something's working, that this is something that if they would like to try, I would like to be able to give them a trial pack, very affordable. One thing I posted was, this is the cost of a moderate lunch. If you want to go to lunch during the week in Columbia, you can easily go to lunch for 2 people for $20. Give up lunch one day. I have a son, and he's 31, Mark, not 30. My other son just turned 30 today. But my 31-year-old son is a car salesman, and he's actually is off on Thursdays. He has a job interview somewhere today, and I've been trying to get him down to a time, and I'm supposed to hopefully make that happen at 1 o'clock today, or that call to go with my son. I gave the son that turned 30 today, I gave him a bottle of water, mixed him up his XM Plus drink, and I said, here, you drink this today. You bring me back that water bottle, and I'll fill it up for you tomorrow. I want to know how it makes you feel today. You have a wonderful day as he walked out the door at 6 o'clock this morning.
Well, Lucy, you're a breath of fresh air to me. I've been waiting for you, and this just doesn't happen overnight. It's staying with the stuff. Stick and stay, we have a saying, and you'll get paid. And I truly believe you're not too far from the Atlanta group there, because, Columbia, South Carolina. So we're coming up the coast, and we're working our way backwards up to where I'm from, Virginia, Northern Virginia. And I'm so excited. Well, everybody out there needs to know we're going to do a Biggest Loser contest with your people. And Sick and Tired of Being Sick and Tired is another conference call. So we're putting that out there, and that's one of the ways that we're going to prepare the soil down there in Columbia so that we can come down and really open up and do a grand opening for you. Right, Lucy?
That's going to happen on Tuesday. I was going to post it for the first time last night, but it ended up being late. I want to post it where there's a chance that it won't get lost in the thread. And of course, I'll repost it probably several times a day. And then it'll be on my little tiny Facebook page that I made as well. And I can put flyers in the lounge in the hospital. I just have to be very careful about discussing anything outside of the lounge. So I'm going to make me up a nice flyer, and maybe Marcy can help me get that together so I can get that posted this weekend as well.
And anybody that wants to be Lucy's friend, okay, and you look at her on Facebook, she has a Facebook page that is following what's going on with Moringa. Why don't you tell everybody so that you'll know if they come in and ask to be your friend, they can come in and be a part of watching your husband and what you're doing in South Carolina?
Yes, the name of it is My Moringa Alifera Resolutions.
And tell everybody your name if they want to find you on Facebook, Lucy.
It's Lucy, Lupul, RUP as in Paul, LE.
Okay, well, very good. That is exciting, and I know there are people out there that know people in that area, and this is something that we've been putting together, and we believe that that grand opening and finding that one person that's so excited. This is what you want to do the rest of your life now, Lucy. You don't want to work in a hospital for the rest of your life. This is a whole new way that you are pursuing now.
Absolutely. I plan on having a area at campbrittany.com. That's in Atinas, Costa Rica. There's a long story with that. If you go to campbrittany.com, you can read the story behind that. And that place is dear to my heart and dear to the heart of my 3 surviving sisters. So if you get a chance, visit that website and you'll see what my passion is.
Very good there, Lucy. Now, I know there's some leaders out there that might want to say something, but we're coming to Columbia, South Carolina, and we would love for you to participate and help us to open that area, because we know as Crossline's come in there and support Crossline that it is so much easier to open up a city, and we call that a core city. And so we want to go from survival to thrival. And all you have to do is hook up with somebody with that excitement, that passion, and then watch how much easier this business is. Is there any other leader out there before we close this that would like to say anything on the moderator line? Willie, thank you so much for doing all you do in Zija.
Mark, it was my pleasure. Thanks for having me on the call. And Lucy, plug in, and a lot of people are here to help you, and all you have to do is call and ask.
Thank you.
Hey, Mark, this is Dave Alvini. Can you hear me? Yes, sir. Hey, first of all, Lucy, I want to say congratulations and welcome to the new way of life. You found it, share it, keep it, grow it, make it happen for everybody. I can hear your passion, and I think that's great. Also, I want everybody to know that February 16th, at the Holiday Expressive in the Well, should be on the events. We will be putting on an event in California. Send your people. We'll put them in the line. Thanks, Mark.
All right, and Lucy, if you don't know, Dave is one of our, if not the biggest loser in Zija, and Willie's got a story that he's trying to top that, Dave. So he's got a friend down there that he's been working with that was 600 and some odd pounds, and he's into the 400 plus pound. I don't know exactly the numbers, but we have, like I say, the biggest loser contest, and we're doing a conference call, and we're going to open it up to other people out there. So if you're interested, let Lucy know, and we are going to really open up a new territory with a new person and show them a new way. Anybody else before we open it up?
Thanks, Mark. Welcome to the competition. David Joyce Alvini. Have a great day. Zija Nation information.
Thank you, Mark, and great talk from California. Great call. Thank you.
I just typed in Sacramento, California.
Happy Halloween.
Thanks, Mark. Penny, Rochester, New York. All right, Jerry. Great call, Mark. Willis Berry, Jacksonville, North Carolina. I'm looking forward to meeting you, Lucy.
Thank you. Thank you, Mark. Right now, we're in Virginia, Dakota.
No, so if you want to... Mark, let me call James Adams, Melbourne, North Carolina. Hey, shit, you gotta call me, man. Say again? I said, you gotta call me. We gotta talk, James. All right. Let me get a number, Mark. Good call, Mark. Steve Foster, that's in Texas. All right, Steve. Good call, Mark. This is Clarence, and that was an awesome testimony, sir. All right. It's great there. This is not great to everybody. I mean, it just keep continuing to happen with it less and more people. Just free your doors to people.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mark. Great testimony.
So, Mark, Willie and Lucy, great call this morning. Incredible testimony.
It was great. Thank you, Desmond.
Thank you, Mark, Lucy, Willie, Mark Holmes, Baltimore, Maryland.
Hey, Mark. All right.
Mark, this is